and welcome everybody to our new video. This is Granular talking from Fiscal Fury channel. This is the second video in the series called 0 to 100 with cryptocurrencies, and I hope you have watched our previous video. Also, I hope that you have looked over the data in Bitcoin's white paper in bitcoin.org. Of course, there's quite a bit of information there, and we don't need all of it, but most of this is going to be very useful to us. So let's begin with today's video. Let's start from Ledger. Now, as you might know, the Ledger is a book of information. A book of information about bank accounts and transactions and everything else happening in the current and classic system of banking. Of course, it's the name of a physical wallet, physical crypto wallet that is very powerful and it's working for many years. But we are talking about bank accounts and transactions. This ledger system that has been working for many years in the banking system in the world is old, and it has been sufficient up to this point, but there are flaws in the system that cryptocurrencies say we can solve most of them at least. Of course, you can also see that in Bitcoin's white paper itself. Now, this ledger system that we have used for many years is centralized, and there's security problems about it. Centralized means that, yes, it's kept whether physically or digitally in a certain space, in a certain server, and if it was to be attacked some way and somehow, this data would be exploited and would be destroyed, and if that were to happen, that data could never be recovered. Of course, nowadays there are backups of these data, and yes, if something were to happen, these backups would be used. But there's always a bit of data that leaks and gets out of this order. The backup system is not always on time, and yes, there are lags in this system. So sometimes something gets out of the net. Now, the security problem is that this classic system keeps this data in a datasheet table format that if somebody could actually hack the system and get into it, could easily find what they wanted to change and change that bit and leave everything else as is. Now, cryptocurrencies say that we have solved this problem with the technology of blockchain. So, what exactly is blockchain? It's the technology that works in tandem with cryptocurrencies to make their transactions possible and writable. There are nodes in the system of blockchain, in the system of cryptocurrencies. These nodes are called miners, and we are going to explain them in the future videos. But for now, know that there are many nodes around the world working together. That first of all, the first thing that they solve is the problem of centralization in the classic system of banking. Of course, because there are many nodes, if the data is corrupted on one, it's not going to make any change. And the other thing is the security system. Blockchain system has a sort of unique way of working. When a node starts working, starts producing data, and the process of transactions is taking action and is happening, this data is going to be kept inside a block. This block is going to be filled, and when it is done, it will be closed. It will be locked. It will receive a timestamp, and the ledger will be inside it. So this block is closed, and it is some sort of a set in stone thing, meaning it is very difficult to change the data in this block. When it is closed, the next block starts getting filled and closed again with a timestamp. And this process happens many times after every block is closed until a sort of chain is shaped. And that's why we call this blockchain. So this system says that if someone were to attack this blockchain, first of all, they have to have a lot of processing power, which is nearly impossible. And secondly, they have to destroy the very deeply powerful encryption system on a blockchain, which is difficult by itself alone, and they have to do all the process backwards to get to a point that they want to change it. And even if this whole system were to work perfectly, they have to corrupt all the nodes in the system, which is very difficult and nearly impossible. Now, many people say yes, when the quantum computers come, they will be able to break the system because they have a lot of more processing power than current servers and PCs that we are using. That might be true. Yes, it is possible that these quantum computers would be able to break the system and go backwards in the system because of their processing power. But we should consider that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, blockchain, they won't stop working. They won't stop growing. They would always come up with a solution for all this. In fact, one of the solutions for this thing that might happen in the future or might not is the halving system. And I'm going to explain the system in the future, but for now, just know that this process is one of the things that stops the newer processing power, the more powerful computers, to go backwards in a blockchain system and corrupt the data. And of course, there will be more systems devised in the future. That's not a matter for now. If you like this video, please do put a like down below for us. Please comment for us. We value your information and what you want to say to us. See you in the next video, everybody. I hope you like this one. Goodbye for now.